Got
Here we
it.
go. Three, two, and one. Well, Mayor Shane, welcome back to Mayor's Monday here at WSAU, WSAU.com. You have not been canceled yet.
Not yet.
5 months to go. Do you have? I don't see a whiteboard behind you that you're counting down the days, but I'm sure mentally you may be counting down the days a little more now towards the
Well,
end of your administration in Wisconsin Rapids.
yeah, I'm more aware of it, but it is strange because a lot of people stay in office till they get unelected or not reelected. And so, yeah, I'm making the announcement choosing not to run for election. It's kind of strange knowing that I'm still here for 5 months, but charge ahead. It's still every day we just keep plugging along, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to change anything over the next five
Oh,
months.
oh, of course not, because you again announcing that you're not going to run is not going to change anything about the Verso plant. It is still going to be sitting there. That will still need to be dealt with if something comes up. You'll still need to help make the calls for snow emergencies and
Yeah,
sign the paychecks and things like that. Things will still be getting done. It's
absolutely.
just the fun around the office will shift from talking about hunting and things like that, which of course we are going to do later on here on the program,
We have
to calling you a let's see, probably a lame duck,
yeah,
the short timer, a quitter. Have you
quitter,
become a quitter
quitter,
yet? Okay.
quitter. Yeah.
Uh yeah. So the fun around the office just changes a little bit.
Yep, it's all right though. We enjoy the fun.
And I understand that you've already actually fielded questions from citizens who are interested in running for the seat because again there
Correct.
will be no incumbent running for mayor in the upcoming year. So what have those questions been? What have those conversations been like that you want people to know before they potentially file for this seat or at the very least take the paperwork out on December 1st?
Yeah, a lot of times it's really about time commitment. In Wisconsin Rapids, the mayor is also the administrator, so you do have a lot of day-to-day um, responsibilities along with the meeting responsibilities, and that's probably the biggest question: is what is that commitment? And so I usually run through all the night meetings that there are, and just talk about kind of what we do on a day by day and just a lot of curiosity. I don't think a lot of people really understand. They might think they know what the mayor does, but realistically, until you get in the seat, and or if you even town to town, each mayors are different, and
Mm-hmm.
each community is just kind of how they're set up. And so I always say there's only three other mayors in Wisconsin Rapids, but aside myself, that's alive to actually understand. And it is kind of a unique role, and each community has that unique role.
Yeah, so I understand you've been making yourself available to kind of answer those questions,
Mhm.
uh,
Correct.
to maybe even encourage people to take out the paperwork and apply or to run for the position. And I understand you also want to make yourself available to help out in the first maybe say few weeks of whoever the new mayor will happen to be.
Yeah, they'll have my cell phone number should they have any questions, or but I think like myself, I came in knowing that I wanted to do things differently, and so I really kind of didn't lean on my predecessor much. But staff isn't changing, so that will remain consistent. And I tried during my administration here is I tried to put staff forward to be that front person instead of always the mayor being that front person, because mayors can change from term to term to term. And I just felt it would be better that businesses and community members build relationships with those department heads, because that should be the consistency.
Yeah, exactly. Those department heads are, interviewed and hired for the
Correct.
job just like anybody else is. The mayor is there to kind of provide guidance and make sure that the city is, as you said, going in the right direction. And then you also have the administration duties behind the
Correct.
scenes and also being the face of the community for instances, well, like this, like what we're
Mm-hmm.
doing right here.
Exactly. And that's kind of the role how I embraced it. But every mayor is different, and so you just never know. Talking to staff, they have some apprehensions because they don't know what next year's going to bring or expectations are going to be, and so it's just kind of waiting and seeing at this point, and kind of watching campaigns. If they, hopefully we have people run and watching those campaigns and see how those develop and what
Mhm.
they have to say.
Yeah, indeed. We look forward to seeing who does indeed emerge. Again, the city elections are going to be the first week of April. If you need a primary, you'll have that in February.
Correct.
And again, there will be plenty of opportunities to take part and participate in this great democracy, which again got you elected, and now you're going to get a chance to kind of sit back and watch instead of running for that third 2-year term.
Yep, that's correct. I'm looking forward to watching and seeing how it develops. And the beauty of it is we get to talk all the way through the election season, and we don't have to worry about any equal time stuff.
That is true. Yes, there will be no disclaimer at the start of our monthly chats in the new year that you are appearing in this forum as the mayor of Wisconsin Rapids and as the mayor of Wisconsin Rapids only. And again, limiting our discussion to the things that are on the table, which one of those, of course, being the city budget. You've passed, you're signing that in. Give us an idea of what you were able to accomplish this time around.
So with we had a nice FEMA check from a FEMA incident several years ago that was over $400,000, I believe. And then with ARPA money, we usually borrow maybe 1.5 million, 1.8, but we're going to get that down to um, hopefully less than a half a million, because we're applying a lot of those funds to that. So this year's borrowing will be substantially lower. And fortunate for the additional shared revenue, it helped cover some, wage increases and some projects, which was timed right. It was perfect. So between those things, our budget is pretty flat for the most part. There's nothing, not a lot of bells and whistles in it, and but I've always kind of taken that approach. We do have a bridge lighting project in there, which would be nice to kind of light up our two downtown bridges, and so that'll be something hopefully that I'll formulate throughout the year. And if I can get it done before April, we're going to get her done before April.
Hmm. And then have a bridge lighting ceremony, of course.
Yep,
Correct.
we can flip the switch and turn on some lights. I think downtown, because we highlight our downtown. The river cuts through our downtown. We have parks, and I just think it would be a very nice addition. And it'd be funded through a TIF district. And then part of the TIF district plan is to do bridge lighting, so it kind of all fits right in with those uses of those funds.
Is that kind of that at its core is what a TIF is supposed to do, correct? The
Correct.
businesses that are benefiting from this area are the ones that are putting the money in for this project. While the TIF is active, of course, they're
Correct.
after the TIF closes out, then the increment. And I do not have the pie charts that I once drew up to explain a TIF district with me, but I've been told it's accurate. So that's really what you want out of those
Right.
projects is my
Yep.
point.
Just to enhance that TIF or to develop that TIF, that designated area, which yeah, and then also we're trying to do it within that TIF on the edge of it is a foundry cleanup, which is a brownfield site. So we're working with
Mhm.
the DNR now. We currently have possession of that property, and we're kind of waiting for, or take that back, we almost have possession of that property. We're waiting for a phase 1 um, study to be done, and so it's along our main corridor, which will be a nice area to get cleaned up and improve the appearance, and then it also has potential for redevelopment into a project there, which will be nice.
Yeah, indeed. And again, as you were mentioned, you were able to keep the tax rate relatively flat, which of course is very important for everybody in the community, because that's the number one question I'm sure you get is not what's in the budget, it's how much am I paying for this?
Yeah, and that's literally what it is. And I look though, and it's always important to remember that when you, at least in the city, when you get your tax bill, and I'm sure in other jurisdictions are the same, but that's made up of all the taxing jurisdictions. I always look at my line item for the city of Wisconsin Rapids, and I look at the police, fire, and the services I receive for that. And I think for me, it's fair. But I may not always agree with the other taxing jurisdictions, but I look at what I pay for my services and the things that are available to me in the community. I'm okay with that, and
Mhm.
so hopefully, just a modest tax increase. But we're not a rapidly expanding city, so we're under levy limits. We're limited on what we can do for tax increases. So which isn't a bad thing, but if you're not growing, that kind of makes it a little more difficult because everything, as we all know, buying supplies, everything is going up. But
No doubt.
when you can raise your levy and your tax base $42,000, it's hard to try to find that money to keep it within. But that's what you have to do in budgeting, and that's just
Not-
part of
And
it.
and that's what a good finance director will do for you as
We have
well.
a
One of those
phenomenal
pieces.
finance director,
Yeah.
so
Another one
um,
of those pieces you have to put into place every
mhm.
year and make sure that good people are in good spots, and then get out of their way as the city leader sometimes,
Yeah,
right?
and our finance director has been here for a very long time, and he definitely is very sharp and knows our budgets and all those type of things. So we're fortunate here.
Next thing that you've declared, and it's actually going to be coming up here this week. You've got Small Business Saturday that you've declared. So, speaking of spending money, this Saturday, you would definitely want people to get out and explore Wisconsin Rapids downtown.
Absolutely, you know, supporting our small businesses are the backbone of all communities, and so I think it's important that we support them, make sure that they stick around because without them, you know, things are tough, you know, and I think it's important that the communities and their small businesses are supported. And so, yeah, next Saturday or this Saturday is the day, and hopefully come out of the woods and spend a little money and support small businesses.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It doesn't have to be a lot. It can even be something as simple as heading downtown for a beer and a burger at Jennings
Mm-hmm.
instead of
Yep,
eating the turkey leftovers, right?
exactly. You got to change it up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, that's what I plan on doing when, excuse me, when I'm in Nashville. But again, that's just me. And again, I will not be in Central Wisconsin to support the businesses here, but uncle duties have to call every now and then as
Got to
well.
take
So
family first.
yeah, give us an idea though of just for those that are going to be getting out into the Wisconsin Rapids area, what is it that they will find downtown that could benefit them or that could help them get those gifts bought for the holiday Christmas season?
Just regular small businesses. There's a jewelry store downtown, so I'm sure a lot of guys can make their wives happy and spending buying jewelry. And I know there's a program going on with our Heart of Wisconsin that that you can win a prize by collecting stamps and by going to different businesses. And so that's an opportunity also. And so, but yeah, it's just getting out and kind of taking advantage of it. Hopefully the weather will be nice.
Exactly. It should be. I haven't looked that far ahead yet, but again, what do I care? I'm not going to be here
Right.
uh,
It's probably gonna
for
be
that day,
warmer.
for that day anyway. One more thing before we let you go. Obviously, you've got your plans all mapped out for the upcoming for the hunting season. Give us an idea of what the goal is this year. What is it? What is it that you are going to will into your path so you can enjoy the fruits of it over the next 12 months?
Yeah, I always say bull season or gun season is a time where it's really about family and friends and that camaraderie and you know the stories and we do potlucks and we eat lots of food and probably put on way too many pounds and it's really what it's about. The hunting part or the shooting part is probably just the bonus. And I always said that you know if I don't harvest a deer, then I don't harvest a deer. But I know I'm going to have a lot of fun with my family and friends and look forward to people that I only see a couple times a year because that's when we get together is this week.
So then, where is the mayor's super secret spot?
I'll
What
tell you,
is
it's in
what
Portage
is
County.
okay? What is circulating there? What have you seen on the trail cam? Uh,
There's a lot of deer. I probably saw the other last Sunday. I was driving around out there, and right next to the property that I hunt was probably the biggest buck I've ever seen in my entire life out in the wild. So I'm
mhm.
sure he's long gone and moved on, but just knowing that he was there was exciting. And but we'll see. You know, you just never know with the weather. There's so many variables in it, and you just deer and deer do what deer want to do, and you just have no idea.
Mm-hmm. But hey, you do get when you do get it, you've got yourself some good steaks, you've got yourself some great chislic, and
Yep,
again, you've got the story and you've got the photos for the rest of your life.
exactly. And the stories.
Hmm. Well, Mayor Shane, good luck. Hunt safely, of course. Be sure of your backdrop. All those other tips.
Absolutely.
Bright orange,
Safety
bright.
first.
Hmm.
Yep, safety first.
Indeed, we'll we'll look forward to the pictures, whatever it is that you're able to drop over
Yeah, or the big
over
one
the
that
next
got
few
away.
days. Yep. All
Or
right.
my problem is I might end up taking a nap, and that's what
And
happens.
missing, yeah. And
Yep.
well, again, we always appreciate the time, Mayor Shane, and good luck this week.
Thank you, Mike. Good seeing you.